You sent her a good morning text. She replied 3 hours later with one word. So you sent another one. You asked her about her day. You checked in again before bed. And you woke up the next morning and did the exact same thing. And somewhere around day 4, the replies got shorter. The energy got colder. And that girl who used to double text you at midnight started leaving you on delivered for half a day like you were a stranger. And you're sitting there scrolling back through the conversation, trying to figure out what you said wrong, what message killed it, what word you shouldn't have used. But it wasn't a word. It wasn't something you said. It's something you are. And you've been doing it with every single girl you've ever liked. You just never connected the dots. And the worst part is, you thought you were doing the right thing. You thought being available was the move, replying fast, always initiating, making sure she never had to wonder where you stood. You were taught that consistency wins, that effort is attractive, that the man who shows up the most gets the girl. And nobody told you that every time you showed up first, you were handing her a piece of your value, and she was watching it shrink in real time. I need to show you exactly what's happening inside her head when you do this, because once you see it, you will never chase a woman the same way again. When you text her first every single morning, when you're always the one reaching out, when you rearrange your schedule the moment she's free, you think you're showing effort. But what she's reading is different. She's reading a man who has nothing else going on. A man whose entire emotional world revolves around whether she responds. And that is the most unattractive signal a man can send. Not because she's cruel, not because she's playing games, because on a level she can't even articulate, a man who is always available is a man nobody else wants. And so what do? You double down. She goes quiet for a day and your stomach drops. So you send her something funny. You send her a meme. You ask if she's okay. And every single one of those messages is screaming the same thing. Please don't leave. Please still like me. Please give me something so I can stop feeling this way. And you dress it up as being a good communicator. You tell yourself you're just being direct, that you're showing her you care. But that's not what care looks like. That's what panic looks like. And she can feel the difference. Every woman can feel the difference. And the more you chase, the more she needs space. The more she needs space, the more you panic. And the more you panic, the faster she pulls away. It's a loop. And you've been trapped in it with every girl you've ever had feelings for. And nobody's coming to break you out of it. Because your entire life is built to keep you comfortable. You order food from your phone. You watch other people's lives through a screen. Your friendships happen in group chats. You haven't been genuinely uncomfortable in months, maybe years. And discomfort is the only place where this skill gets built. The ability to sit with silence, to not fill every gap, to let her come to you without losing your mind. You never learned it because your life never demanded it from you. So now you're a grown man, and you have the emotional tolerance of a teenager. The second she doesn't respond, your brain spirals. And the second your brain spirals, your fingers start typing. And every text you send from that state pushes her further away than the last one. And I know you can feel that. I know you can feel the clock. Because every time it doesn't work out with another one, the recovery takes a little longer. The cynicism gets a little deeper. And the voice in your head that says, maybe this is just how it is for me, gets a little louder. That voice is lying to you. But you need to understand exactly what you're doing wrong before I can show you how to stop. Because I used to be the worst version of this. I remember this girl. We were talking for about 3 weeks. Everything was going right. She was initiating. She was sending me voice notes at 2 a.m. She would call me on her lunch break just to hear my voice. And then one night, she didn't text back. Just one night. And I lost it. I didn't blow up her phone or anything obvious. I just couldn't stop checking. I checked my phone 40 times before I fell asleep. And the next morning, I sent her some casual bullshit text that she could smell the desperation on from 3 postcodes away. And just like that, the energy shifted. The calls stopped, the voice notes stopped. Within 2 weeks, she was giving me the same cold shoulder she gave every other guy she lost interest in. And the thing that ate me alive was that I didn't do anything new. I was always like this. I just hid it better in the beginning. And that's the thing you need to hear. The fix is not a new technique. It's not a texting strategy. It's not learning when to respond and when to wait. Those are Band-Aids on a wound that goes deeper than your phone. The fix is subtraction. You need to remove the behavior, not add a new one. Every time you feel the urge to text her first, don't. Not as a game, not as a manipulation tactic, but because the urge itself is the problem. The urge is not love. The urge is fear. Fear that if you're not constantly in her face, she'll forget you exist. And you need to sit with that fear and let it burn. Because on the other side of that discomfort is something she can actually be attracted to. A man who has a life that doesn't collapse when she goes quiet. A man whose mood isn't dictated by her read receipts. A man she has to wonder about, instead of a man she already knows will be there no matter what she does. Because the men she chases back are not doing something magical. They're just not doing the thing you can't stop doing. They're not texting first every morning. They're not always available when she wants to hang out. They're not rearranging their entire week around her schedule. And it's not because they don't care. It's because they have something you don't. Boundaries. A life that exists outside of her approval. And the moment you build that, genuinely build it, not fake it, she will feel the shift. Because a woman can always tell the difference between a man who's busy and a man who's pretending to be busy because he read it in a Reddit thread. The realness is the part you can't shortcut. You actually have to become someone who doesn't need her constant validation. And that starts with the next time she goes quiet, and you let her. And I need to be honest with you about something. This doesn't become easy. Even after you understand everything I just told you, there will still be nights where she hasn't responded and your thumb is hovering over that keyboard. There will still be moments where the silence feels like rejection and every instinct in your body is screaming at you to fill it. And that's normal, because this pattern didn't form overnight and it won't break overnight. The shift is not about becoming some emotionless robot who never cares. The shift is about catching yourself in the moment you're about to chase and choosing not to. One time, then again, until it stops being a decision and starts being who you are. And before you go, I want to talk to just you for a second. Not the comments section, not the algorithm, just you. The man watching this right now who knows exactly which girl I've been talking about. You already know her name. You already know the last message you sent that she left undelivered. And deep down, you already know that the thing you've been calling effort was never effort at all. It was fear wearing a mask. So here's what I'm leaving you with. And I don't want an answer right now. I want you to carry this around for the rest of the week until it either changes something or it doesn't. What would happen if you just stopped? Not forever, not as a punishment, just stopped. Stopped texting first. Stopped checking. Stopped performing availability for a woman who never asked you to. What would be left? Because whatever's left, that's the version of you she was looking for, and you've been burying him under good morning texts and read receipts for years.